What's your name?
My name is Arcola, but everyone calls me Cola.
Cola. Where are you from?
I'm from Joliet, but I grew up in Chicago. I moved here from foster care.
Is Joliet a part of Chicago?
No, actually, Joliet is like maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour drive, straight shot on I-80 from Chicago.
So did you end up first starting experiences due to foster care system?
Well, actually, it started back in October with the housing program I was with. They didn't give me a valid reason. They just told me that I was being discharged from the program and I was evicted from my apartment. Luckily, my husband was still working at the time, and I had just gained employment in November working at Soldier Field. And it was going pretty good so far, but until the coronavirus and the city shut down, that's when I lost my job. And it's been hard to look for another one ever since, because everyone has a hiring freeze right now due to the COVID-19.
So COVID really screwed you over?
Yeah, basically put me at square one again.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, everybody gets knocked down once in a while. It's just all how, I guess, how you cope with getting knocked down and how you push yourself to get back up. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, it's hard being homeless, no matter what time of year it is. There may be days where you may be able to find somewhere safe to sleep, but you don't have enough money to get something to eat, so you have to go to bed hungry as well as wake up hungry, and then come out here and make some money, or pray and hope that someone is kind enough to buy you a meal to put on your stomach. We come out here every day with our sign, I sing, you know, try to make enough money to get us a hotel room so we got somewhere to shower, a safe place to sleep, maybe hand wash our clothes if need be, food, bus fare. Every day is a struggle, because if we don't get what we need, then we're pretty much just stuck out here until the next day, hoping that we can pick up where we left off and get things right, so that we, at the end of the night, we have everything we need. And I know a lot of people look at us like, oh, well, they don't want anything out of life. They don't want to work for anything. They don't want a job. No, that's not true. There are a lot of us who are on the streets who wants a job, but nobody give us an opportunity, because they see us out here panhandling for money, and we're only out here panhandling for money because there's no job opportunities for us, and no one's willing to take a chance on us because we're homeless.
What would you say are some of the biggest barriers or hardest parts about experiencing homelessness?
Some of the hardest parts are before the protests. You know, a lot of these 7-Elevens down here, when it gets close to closing, what they'll do is, if they have any food that they're getting ready to throw out that's expired, or they have any food left over from the end of the day, you know, we can always go into the store, and if they have it to spare, they'll give us the extra food that they have. That's one way of helping us out with food. Other than that, you know, you don't have too many soup kitchens, but there are some kitchens that we can go to. There are church groups and different programs who come out and pass out lunches and dinners, like mostly on the weekends or in the evening, because that's really the hardest time of the day for us, on the weekends and at night, because a lot of places are either closed by then, or you know, people stop giving by a certain time, so that makes it even harder to get something to eat. And then on top of that, being a woman homeless on the street, sometimes, you know, you're not always able to keep yourself clean like a woman is supposed to, which is really tough, especially this time of year. And when you come around, you know, not to gross you out or anything, but when you come around to that time of month, you know, sometimes it's hard to get the necessities you need to, you know, keep yourself from staining your clothes. On the other hand, you have people like me and my husband who, don't get me wrong, we appreciate the help. Like, the help is more than appreciated. We're very grateful for it, but at the same time, we want to get back on our own feet too and make our own money, so we don't have to keep coming out here. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Would you speak for a moment about the criminalization of the homeless?
And COVID-19, a lot of shelters are not taking anybody in. Like me and my husband, we've been calling 311 since March. It's almost July, and there are no shelters taking anyone new in. So for the police to find the homeless people for sleeping wherever they can find a place to lay their head, I really think is just unfair and in a way childish, because like, okay, you wouldn't stop a hungry person from going in a restaurant to buy something to eat. So like, why would you stop a homeless person from, or fine them for, you know, sleeping in a park or sleeping on a train? At the time right now, like that's really the only options we have is a train, a park, if we don't have money for a hotel. So for that to be going on, I really feel like that's I'm gonna just call it what it is. It's stupid. It's really stupid. You can't find somebody for trying to survive. That makes no sense.
And so I know you touched on this earlier, but would you also talk about like mistreatment from social services?
Yeah, a lot of these social services places, you know, when you go in, you genuinely ask for help, you're in genuine need of help, like housing, food stamps, medical card, SSI if you need help with applying, things like that. You have some agencies who seriously put forth the footwork that's needed on their end to help you out. And then you got other agencies who just, you know what I'm saying, just sell you pipe dreams. And that's not what we need right now. Like, we don't need anyone selling us a pipe dream. If someone is really going to help us, and that's what that agency is there for, to actually help the homeless people become sufficient individuals who can stand on their own and take care of themselves like an adult is supposed to, then you should keep your word, like hold your promise. Because as participants of these programs, like when we come in, you expect us to keep our word with following the guidelines, getting whatever documentation is needed on our end to present to you all so that you can give it to the housing agency or wherever it is that it needs to be sent. Us homeless people, like, we don't come out here expecting these people to take care of us. We really don't. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do come out here hoping that someone is kind enough to help us just out of the goodness of their heart. Not because, oh, well, let me get them something so they'll leave me alone. No, not all of us are like that. A lot of these homeless people out here, yeah, you see them hound people, interrupt people while they're enjoying their meal or with their families and things like that just to get a fast dollar. Me personally, speaking as a homeless person myself, I don't think that's right. I think you should have enough respect to let them enjoy their time with their family, let them enjoy their meal or whatever it is they're doing, and then if they want to help, let them help. I don't feel like they should be harassed to give to the less fortunate. That should be, as a human and a humanitarian, that should be something you should want to do out the kindness of your heart. You shouldn't be harassed to help somebody out or be cussed out because you don't want to help or you just don't have it to help at the time. So it's a lot to deal with being homeless. I don't, like, it is so much to explain. I don't even know where else to, like.
Has theft and stealing been an issue?
Not with us, but most of the homeless people, yes. And you have homeless people down here who won't just steal from the working class people. You have homeless people who will steal from the other homeless. Like, they might see another homeless person might have just gotten a brand new sleeping bag. Like, they'll wait until they'll walk off and they'll take their sleeping bag. Or, you know, they might have, you know, somebody might have just brought them a nice meal that they haven't had a chance to enjoy yet, but they don't want to haul all their stuff with them to the bathroom, so they try to run to the bathroom real quick just to come back and realize their food or whatever it is that the person who's stealing finds nice is missing. And I feel like that's lower than low, because as homeless people, we are already struggling. We shouldn't be taking from each other.
How do you make sure to, like, secure your belongings when you're not around?
Well, usually what we do is anything that's of value we take with us and just leave the rest and hope nobody messes with it, because that's really all you do, is just hope somebody doesn't mess with it. But as long as we have, like, our valuable stuff with us, like our cell phones, our chargers, things like that, I mean, everything else can really basically just be replaced.
Anything else you want to add or talk about?
No. Oh, actually, yes, there is. For the record, for those of you who will be watching this video, not all of us homeless people are drunks. Not all of us homeless people are drug addicts. Some of us are actually good people who are just looking for another good person to give us a genuine helping hand to get back on our feet. I don't know if you all can tell, but by looking at me, I don't do drugs. I admit I did a little marijuana back in high school, but who hasn't? You know what I mean? All my husband and I do is smoke cigarettes. I don't really see anything wrong with that because everybody smokes cigarettes. But we're not drunks, we're not drug addicts. We're really good people just looking for a genuine helping hand to get back on our feet so that we can be able to provide for ourselves. We're not looking for everyone else to take care of us for the rest of our life. That's something kids do. They expect their parents to take care of them. We're grown. We want to be grown, self-sufficient people. We don't want to be on the streets for our rest of our lives. So if there's anyone who is in Chicago and is a hiring manager or a manager in general who has an open position, my husband and I, we are desperate for work. We're hard workers. We're dedicated. We're on time. Take initiative. We're just looking for somebody to just help us get our foot in the door. And I promise you, you won't be sorry.
Amen. Thank you.